Welcome to today's session, brought to you by Colaberry Labs. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at how a team of interns went way beyond the classroom to build a seriously powerful, real-world AI solution that actually delivered business results. Let's dive in. So let's just cut right to the chase. What was the bottom line here? An incredible 80 to 95% reduction in costs. And no, that's not a typo. This wasn't some theoretical number. It was a huge, measurable impact on the business, all thanks to the AI system these interns built.
And look, we're not just talking about a cool science fair project here. They delivered a complete, working AI system. It automated a really core business process, those admissions calls. And on top of that, it created live dashboards so everyone could see what was happening in real time. They solved a real problem, from start to finish.
So you're probably wondering, what really made this project so different from a typical homework assignment? Well, it all comes down to facing the realities of what the workplace actually looks like today.
This right here shows the night and day difference. Practice projects usually give you these clean, perfect toy data sets to learn a single tool. But this team, they were thrown into the deep end with messy, live user data. They had to connect different tools together into one big workflow. And they weren't just simulating a problem, they were solving a real one, with real business goals on the line.
And that really gets to the heart of it, right? The point wasn't just to learn about AI voice bots or get good at a business analytics tool like Power BI. The real goal was to understand how you string those tools together to create actual, measurable value for a business. That's the gap so many people need to cross. All right, now for the fun part. Let's take a closer look at how the interns actually tackled this challenge. They didn't just start writing code randomly. They followed a really smart, structured process to make sure the final product was something you could actually count on. They broke the whole bill down into this four-stage framework. You see, it starts with grabbing the data. Then it moves to making smart decisions. Then automating the next steps. And finally, showing the results to the business. Let's walk through it. First things first, you've got to have good data. In stage one, the team made sure that every single interaction, every phone call, every transcript, every single outcome was logged and stored as clean, structured data. It might not be the most glamorous part of AI, but it is absolutely the foundation for everything else. Now, moving on to stage two. This is where things get really clever. The team focused on making the AI predictable. So instead of letting the AI just ramble on, they forced it to give standardized answers, what we call structured results, like appointment_booked. Why is that so important? Well, because if you want to automate anything, you need to know what's coming next. And this right here is a huge lesson that so many people miss when they're starting out. You see, for a business to actually rely on an AI system, it can't be a mysterious black box. It has to be dependable. It has to be predictable. You build trust with consistency, and structured results are how you get there.
So with that trust built, the team could finally move to stage three, the fun part, automation. Because the AI's decisions were now totally predictable, they could build automatic workflows. An appointment gets booked, bam, it's routed automatically. A call gets missed, the system intelligently tries again later. This is a perfect example of how AI doesn't just replace people, it takes care of the repetitive, high-volume stuff so humans can focus on the things that really need a human touch.
Finally, in stage four, it all came together. All that data from the calls and the automations, it all flowed right into a live Power BI dashboard. And just like that, all the technical work became super clear to the company's leaders. They could see business metrics at a glance. Things like call pickup rates, weekly trends, you name it.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? In a real business, nobody really cares how beautiful your code is or how complex your model is. The real test is the outcome. Did you save the company money? Did you make things more efficient? Did you solve the problem? At the end of the day, that is all that matters.
So, this all sounds great in theory, but how does this kind of hands-on learning actually help you in the job market? Let's look at a real-world story that shows this philosophy in action.
So meet Craig B., a Colaberry alum. He came in without any prior tech experience, decided to focus on Power BI, and get this, within just a few months of starting his new job, he wasn't doing textbook exercises. He was building critical reports from scratch, based on what the business actually needed.
Craig's journey just hammers home the big idea here. The absolute fastest way to build skills that employers want is by applying them to solve real, messy, actual problems, not by just doing exercises in a bubble.
So let's bring this all home. What does all of this mean for you or for anyone trying to build a career in AI and data right now?
Here's the deal. What the job market is desperately looking for right now isn't just people who know a bunch of tools. They're looking for professionals who can see the big picture, people who can connect the dots between a piece of tech and a business goal and build a complete solution that delivers real, measurable value.
And that brings us to the one critical question you should be asking yourself. Is your experience all about learning how to use individual tools, or is it about using those tools to actually build value? Because that difference is exactly what hiring managers are looking for.
Learn more about how Colaberry Labs helps professionals transform learning into real-world AI impact.